Hi guys, I'm Laura.
And I'm Andrea.
And you're watching Two
Blonde Moms.
We got it.
Kinda.
We nailed it. Well, Christmas is over. We showed you how to make some trees. We showed you how to make some custom ornaments. And now what? Now you've got 4 days to prepare for having friends over, family over. At least I do. And I know that it's always a jam. It's always a jam. You're out of money. You don't want to spend any more money. So we have a few ideas for you on just how to set up your tablescape, come up with easy centerpieces. And again, we're going with the 90s theme.
Nice.
Yeah. What do you think about that? I know.
I love the 90s.
I got my Miami Vice jacket on.
Miami Vice.
Although, is that 90s? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 90s.
Well, 80s. Was
No,
Don
I think
Johnson?
it was 90s.
80s and 90s. I don't know.
You do too. You have LeMay on.
I don't know what LeMay is. Okay, so these are, this is actually because you're coming from somebody who does no DIY, who grew up kind of an athlete that didn't have a green thumb, nothing. So this is like, is this like a cinder block or is this actually a brick?
So it's just concrete. It's concrete, and I painted it first with this color. You guys can pick any color. I'm feeling the mint green. I, to be honest, painted it pink first and didn't like the way it turned out. So went with the mint green and then used these marbling paints on top of it, which are awesome.
And when you spray paint outside, do you have a tarp? I mean, I know this is total like 5-year-old kindergarten conversation, but I'm just curious.
So you can, and it depends on where you live. I have a grassy front lawn, so I spray paint directly on my lawn.
You do?
Yeah, which freaks people out. I don't know if it freaks you out. People think it's really weird.
So if anybody has graffiti,
But you cut your grass. Right. At least in California, we cut our grass every week, so it's like you paint on it.
And it's your own yard, so you're vandalizing your own yard.
So I like to do that versus having a tarp or paper or something that's blowing into your paint. And
now, did you see, because I would never in a million years like figure this out in my head. Did you see this idea like on Pinterest or something?
This one, no. This one again was just inspired.
This just popped in your head.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And then you have, what's this called? Succulents?
Yeah.
Oh, I got that right. Yes. I got that right. And so we're gonna plant these and you can spray paint them, and then centerpieces?
These I would put,
or out in the front.
These I would put on the center of like a cocktail table. I'll show you something else that we did. We could put it on the side of that, and then look at this. You don't even have to plant it. I just went ahead and did a very fancy, because what I'm going to do is plant them in my yard after the fact. With most of my projects, I tend to not like to waste. I don't want to toss it. So I just literally popped them in a Ziploc baggie. So do you feel like you could make this? You would know how to do it?
Sure, if you break it down.
Break it down. All right. Honestly, you'll start out with just a plain color. This is a red brick, and then we have the plain concrete color too, which is no color in it. I started with just using, in my case, and we're not paid by these companies at all, this is just who I chose to use, this RUST-OLEUM kind of teal color. Mm-hmm. Again, I spray painted outside on my lawn, but you can do it outside is best, and it's not good for you to breathe it inside, so paint this somewhere outside with spray paint. Do a couple coats. Spray paint dries pretty quickly, so you could do one coat, pop inside, do a few things, and go outside and do another coat, then go ahead and flip it over and do the other side. The next step was what started this whole project. It was the Montana Gold paint, which I love. This is another type of spray paint, but it just gives a marble effect. And I think the way they were able to do that is by this nozzle. It's like a funky nozzle.
Oh,
that just kind of shoots paint out in like a splatter paint more. So it's still just a spray paint. It's not any different on the inside. I think it's just the nozzle that gives it this marbling. So like the marble on my counter is what we're trying to achieve here, which you sort of did. I think it gives you more of a splatter paint feel, and you can kind of see. And even on the bottle, it shows you like
Did you do all 3 of these colors on this one?
Yeah, and this one still these have a ton in it.
So
This
is
I
it a
use a lot
light
more of.
spray? Do you just do light?
This is a light spray, and we'll show you how to do this in a minute.
Black first, then white,
Yep.
then teal? Not
Teal first.
Okay.
The color or whatever color you're gonna use first, and then the marble. And I did white last to hopefully give it some depth and dimension, just making it not look so flat.
And so how long did it take to dry?
10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really, I would say this becomes a little bit tacky or sticky, so I would let it dry all the way before you picked it up or did anything else with it. And then these numbers, so these are just like house numbers that you would buy, and they have different styles. I liked a little bit more of the modern style, and I just used a hot glue on them. And then you can either reuse them, you can use like a stronger adhesive, like a concrete adhesive if you really wanted to go for it and maybe wanted to use this again, but hot glue is fine too.
Fun. Yeah. And that just stands. You don't need anything.
I think we'll
stand.
watch the two's gonna fall now, but oh my word, it's really heavy, you guys. Hopefully, okay, I don't want the two to fall. Yes. So that I would just stand up and maybe even put the planters on the side of it.
Very cool.
Yeah. And then yeah, there's these guys. Anyway.
So this is what you talk about in the after, when you're on the treadmill at Orange Theory.
I don't talk to anybody. I don't talk to anybody.
That's hilarious. I love it.
Bugging you with this? Just awkwardly putting it out here. So do you have a favorite New Year's memory?
Oh gosh. Favorite New Year's memory?
I do, which I think is, so my birthday is New Year's Eve, and I'm the youngest girl of 8 and have younger brothers, so just a ton of cousins, a ton of family. So we would always go up to our family cabin in Lake Arrowhead, and my birthday cake always had like champagne bottles on it, like a pink elephant, like drunk elephants, bubbles.
That's awesome.
I mean, I just thought people loved my birthday. Like my parents would go out, and so would my cousins, and they were always happy, and it was super festive. And I didn't like put it all together until
that it was New Year's Eve?
Yeah, I was much late. Like, wow, my birthday's super fun. Like I didn't get why my cake was a New Year's Eve cake always. It wasn't a birthday cake.
So you were born on the 31st?
Yeah, I was born on the 31st. So I just think it's funny that they were getting after it, and I just thought it was all about me, but it wasn't. But that's okay.
Oh my gosh, that's great. Pink elephants and champagne bottles, broken champagne. Hey, I'm 4.
Yeah, no idea, and I had no idea. And I loved elephants, so I don't know if that's why.
Oh my gosh,
I
that's
loved elephants
awesome.
growing up, but
I feel like after I had kids, I stopped going out to, crazy parties, and so we try to do something with the family. But I can't even remember, like we do apple cider with the kids, and then we do, obviously champagne with the adults. But I don't even, I do remember actually when this is a good New Year's. Well, it's kind of, you remember when Cabbage Patch Dolls tells you how old we are? So I had, I think total like 13 Cabbage Patch Dolls. Well, when I was 7,
you're lucky.
My aunt and uncle, all my aunts and uncles and cousins, we lived over the span of 7 acres for a few years. And so we were going to-
Where did you grow up?
Chicago in
You
Illinois.
have 13 Cabbage Patch Dolls?
I did. Other than that, I didn't have anything else.
Yeah.
Didn't have anything else. But literally the snow was up to my waist, and I had my moon boots on, and I wanted to show everybody I got like twin Cabbage Patch Dolls. And so I remember bringing all of them in like snow up to my waist and my moon boots to my cousin's house, because we would share Barbies and Cabbage Patch Dolls, and we would all fight over them. But I was so proud of them. And so that's what I remember was my Cabbage Patch Dolls on New Year's, and I think I was about 7. And then we ate some really good, my aunt made some sort of fried donut things. I don't know. It was like a
tell us you
German
have better New Year's
tradition.
memories than we do.
Anyways,
right.
Yeah, like, comment, and share your favorite New Year's story. Maybe something you do with your kids, your favorite New Year's tradition, a memory, and then also like what's your goals for the year? Not like a resolution, because I'm I don't know. I break
People
my
are
rules.
weird about that word resolution, that it's somehow.
Yeah, like what's your
It's a goal.
what do
your
you look
goal?
forward to in the new year? I know I can, no matter what. 2018 was a very hard year, so I look forward to turning the page. We've had a rough year, but yeah. Let us know, guys. We love you guys. We want to hear your inspiration and advice. And cheers to 2019. Cheers.